Ever seen tug of war from 100 feet in the air? Losers fall and get turned into a human pancake. Ethan's team has 3 women and 1 old dude, while the other team's all muscle, 10 tough guys. Seems like a total mismatch. What's Ethan gonna do? Ethan wakes up on the deserted island, now dressed in green like everyone else. He spots some familiar faces: the old man, Shane, Henry, and Thief Girl. There are 187 players in this round of Squid Game, and the prize pool's a massive 26.9 billion won. The big boss is already working on building his team. Meanwhile, Thief Girl hides out in the bathroom ventilation, where she spies the manager stirring sugar in a pot. She hurries back to spill the beans to Shane, and just like that, the second deadly game begins. This is a death game where you have to carve out 4 different shapes from a piece of candy. Screw up, and you're done for. You've only got 10 minutes to get it right. The circle's the easiest, but the triangle, star, and umbrella shapes get super tricky. Each player gets a box with a piece of candy and a needle. This game's called dalgona in Korea. When Ethan opens his box, he's shocked to see he's got the hardest shape, the umbrella. The game starts, and over 200 players scramble to carve their shapes. One poor guy instantly breaks his umbrella and gets shot right away. The gunfire freaks out another player, who also messes up and gets gunned down. The sound of gunshots is deafening, and Ethan's freaking out. What's he gonna do? This is by far the wildest round of Squid Game. Megan's got the strategy down. She hides behind a slide and heats her needle with a lighter before she starts cutting the candy. The heat makes the candy melt where the needle goes, making it way easier to carve out the shape. Out of the 4 shapes, the triangle is the easiest. Player 111, the doctor, nails it first. Thief Girl is right behind, and Henry carefully works on his circle, getting it done without a hitch. Shane gets his triangle perfect too. Meanwhile, Ethan's a nervous wreck. When he gets to the tricky part under the umbrella, his sweat drips onto the candy and starts melting it. That's when he gets a bright idea. If he melts a bit of the candy, it'll be way easier to separate the pattern. He starts licking the candy like mad, and it actually works. Megan finishes her 5-point star and swallows it in one bite. She hands the lighter over to Big Boss, ready for whatever comes next. Ethan's going all out, licking the candy like crazy. He's got to carve out that shape or he's toast. The people around him see what he's doing. Whoa, that actually works. So they jump on the bandwagon. The manager's totally floored. Are these players nuts? But hey, it's not against the rules. Old Man and Big Boss finish their shapes with just 30 seconds left. Ethan barely makes it, scraping out his umbrella in the final second. The game's over, and everyone who messed up gets shot. One player, losing his mind, grabs a gun, takes a manager hostage, and demands he take off his mask. When the mask comes off, it's a kid underneath. The player can't handle it and ends up blowing his own brains out. The kid-faced manager gets shot too. Showing your face means you're a goner. With the second round done, 79 players are out, and the prize pool skyrockets by 7.9 billion won. As everyone sits down to eat, Big Boss starts causing trouble. This guy's a total jerk. He's not just stealing food from others, but he's also beating people up until they're dead. And the managers? They don't give a damn. Looks like player-on-player violence is totally allowed here. It's just part of the Squid Game. The unlucky guy gets stuffed into a coffin and carted off, while Big Boss is grinning, thinking this is perfect for forming teams. Shane realizes that even the common areas aren't safe anymore. Teaming up is the only way to survive. So, Ethan and his crew quickly form a makeshift team. By nightfall, Big Boss starts a killing spree. He wants to wipe out all his rivals to claim victory. The managers take advantage, tweaking the lights to amp up the slaughterhouse vibe. It's not just the Big Boss's crew. Every player gets dragged into this bloodbath. Screams fill the night as the chaos unfolds. The Squid Game kicks off, and Big Boss tries to ambush Thief Girl, choking her out. Luckily, Ethan swoops in to save her. Henry, with his insane strength, waves a metal rod around, scaring everyone off. Just as the fight reaches its peak, the lights flash on, and the red-clad managers swarm in, stopping everyone. This time, 27 players get eliminated. Big Boss has a leg injury, and the doctor's stitching him up. But this doc's got a side hustle. He's secretly in on the organ trade with a few managers. All those eliminated players, they're perfect for his business. In return, he gets the scoop on the next game. To stay in Big Boss's good graces, he spills the beans about the upcoming game. Meanwhile, Megan spends the night in the bathroom with Big Boss. hoping to get on his good side and secure her spot in the game. Round 3 of the Squid Game is an intense high-altitude tug-of-war. Each team needs 10 players. Big Boss assembles a crew of 10 muscle-bound guys. But after a night of fun, Megan's out of luck. Big Boss decides she's too weak and doesn't include her in the team. Ethan finally rounds up 10 people for his team, but they've got 3 women and an old man. Even Megan joins in just to make up the numbers. Can they even win? The game kicks off on a 100-foot high platform. Fall off, and you're turned into tomato sauce. Out of the 8 teams, Ethan's is looking like the weakest link. In this high-stakes tug-of-war, falling off the 100-foot platform means you get squashed like a tomato. In the first round, Big Boss's team goes head-to-head with the Cowardly Crew. Right from the start, it's obvious the Cowardly Crew is scared stiff. The match begins, and the 2 teams are locked in a stalemate for a couple of seconds. Then Big Boss shouts, "Take them down!" The Cowardly Crew immediately buckles under pressure, and Big Boss's team starts dragging them toward the edge. Out of nowhere, the Cowardly Crew falls off the platform and dangles in the air. The guillotine comes crashing down, and just like that, they're out of the game. In the next round, Ethan's team faces off against the Muscle Men. These guys are stacked with 10 burly dudes, while Ethan's team has 3 women and an old man. Everyone's feeling pretty doomed as they ride the elevator up, preparing for the worst. But the old man rallies the team, dropping some key tips on how to win the tug-of-war. The trick to winning tug-of-war is all about picking the right people for specific roles. First up, you need a strong leader at the front, the only one the opponents can see. This person needs to look fierce. That's Ethan's job. The person at the very back of the team is like the anchor, and they need to be super strong, basically cemented in place. That's Henry's role. In the middle, folks need to stand with their feet crossed and keep the rope tucked under their arms. Everyone's center of gravity should be low. As the match kicks off, both sides start pulling with everything they've got. The 10 muscle men are giving it their all, but the rope doesn't budge an inch. The first 10 seconds of the tug-of-war are crucial. Ethan's team has everyone leaning back, with their bellies pushed forward, using every ounce of their weight and strength. The muscle men are baffled. What's going on? Why can't they budge the rope? This is a life-or-death tug-of-war, and it's the most intense game in Squid Game. Ethan's team has everyone leaning back, stomachs pushing out, and their weight low to the ground. The other team can't budge the rope. They're starting to panic. Suddenly, Ethan's team starts to slip, but Ethan, not backing down, yells for everyone to keep pulling. They adjust their footing, give it their all, and somehow, the rope starts moving back in their favor. The muscle men are now teetering on the edge of the platform. At the brink of disaster, they dig deep and pull the rope back. Ethan is sweating bullets, thinking they might lose for sure. Just then, Shane shouts, "Everyone take 3 steps forward." Only 3 steps. Megan immediately protests, "Are you crazy? That's suicide." But with no other options left, they decide to give it a shot. Ever played Squid Game? You've never seen tug-of-war like this. They actually have to take 3 steps forward. Can that even work? Ethan's team goes for it, stepping forward 3 huge steps. At that moment, Ethan is practically dangling in midair. The muscle men are stunned. They're overexerted and can't react in time. They all crash to the ground. Ethan's team pulls with everything they've got, and the muscle men are so out of it they can't even stand. One by one, they tumble off the platform. Ethan's team is on the edge too, barely hanging on under the weight of 10 guys. Just when it seems like they might fall too, the guillotine comes down, saving them at the last second. The 10 men are totally spent. But hey, they've won this round. When Ethan and his crew get back to the main hall, everyone's stunned. Megan suggests picking a leader, but Shane's not having any of it. He's all about equal safe for everyone. To avoid getting jumped by Big Boss's crew at night, they use the empty beds to set up a makeshift barricade. Big Boss shows up, all cocky, threatening to make their lives hell. Ethan fires back. "You think you're the only one gunning for the top spot? Once the lights go out, can you even keep your guys under control? Don't get yourself killed." Ethan's sharp words freak Big Boss out. He heads back, tells his crew to put away their weapons, and cancels the night's plans. Now, everyone's gearing up for the last 3 deadly games. This show's called Squid Game. If you're digging this video, smash that like button and hit subscribe.